Boys and girls, I hope that you are doing fine, and I am very happy and proud of those of you who sent me the work last week. I can see that you're really working hard, so keep it up and make sure that this week you do much better. Now, we are going to continue with the same ratio and proportion. However, I would like to ask that you really listen and pay attention to the examples so that you can be able to solve the problems that I'm going to give you this week. Let's start with this problem. 3 of every 10 students own a bicycle. If there are 50 students, how many own a bicycle? Now let me just show you a little diagram to give you a picture of what this is talking about. It's saying that out of 10 students, 3 of them own a bicycle. So for every 10 students, 3 are going to own a bicycle. If there are 50 students in all, that means that out of every 10, 3 of them own a bicycle, and we now want to find out how many out of the 50 own a bicycle. Now, you have many ways how you can solve this problem. However, the way I solve it is like this. You have 3 to 10. Okay, now you form this ratio. You turn it into a fraction. So you write 3 out of 10. Once you have your fraction, you are going to multiply it by the total amount, which is 50. So you times it by 50 over 1. You make 50 a fraction by putting it over 1. Okay? You can cancel right here. 10 and 50. How can we cancel? We can just cancel this 0 and cancel that 0. Okay? Now we have 3 times 5, which gives us 15. And 1 times 1 gives us 1. 15 divided by 1 is equal to 15. So our answer will be 15 students own a bicycle. Okay, as simple as that. So the first step will be to make the ratio 3 to 10. Second step, make it into a fraction, times it by the total amount. You can cancel the denominator with any of the 2 numerators if it's possible. Okay, and then you're going to get your answer. Make sure you write your answer in complete sentence. Alright? Now, let's move on to another problem. Okay, this now is going to be a little bit more interesting because look at it. This is when different things are shared. For example, if someone dies and leaves a lot of money to the children and they don't want it to be shared equally, then they can share it based on a ratio. So let's look at this. It says, Mr. Pablo shared $12,000 among his 3 children, Martha, John, and Paul, at the ratio of 5 to 3 to 2. How much money did each child get? Now look at the problem. First step. Okay? First step. For step 1. We are going to write the name of the children. So this is Martha, John, and Paul. Okay? The ratio is 5 to 3 to 2. So Martha got 5, John got 3, Paul got 2. Okay? Now, what we do now is our second step, our step 2 now, we are going to add all the ratios. 5 plus 3 plus 2. This is going to give us 10. Okay? Now, on step 3. We are going to divide the total amount. Okay, the total amount is 12,000. So we are going to divide 12,000 divided by 10. All right, so we can do that on our rough work. 12,000 divided by 10. 10 into 12 is 1, remainder 2. 10 into 20 is 2. 10 into 0 gives us 0. And 10 into 0 gives us 0. So that is 1,200. Okay, that is our third step. We have 1,200. Now we multiply this answer by each one of the ratios. So we say that will be our step 4. 1,200 times 5, $1,200 times 3, and $1,200 times 2. Okay, now this 1,200 times 5 is going to give us 5 times 2 is 10. We carry 1. 5 times 1 is 5 and 1 is 6. So Martha got $6,000. 1,200 times 3. You can do that in your rough work. Times 3 will give us $3,600. Okay, now we have 1,200 times 2. You can do it on your rough work as well. 1,200 times 2 will give us 0,042. $2,400. Remember that each of the answers need a name. So this is dealing with money, so you need to put the $sign on the left hand side of the number. Okay, so Martha got 6,000, John got 3,600, and Paul got 2,400. Let's see if when we add this together, it's going to give us back the amount 12,000. So we have, let's see, 6,000 plus 3,600 plus 2,400 is going to give us 6 and 1, 7 and 3, 10. It's going to give us 12,000. So that means that these answers are correct. Okay, so let me go over the first step. Write the ratio. Okay, write the persons and the ratio along with this label. Second step, you add all the numbers in the ratio. 5 plus 3 plus 2, which gives you 10. Third step, divide the total amount by the number that you got here, okay, which is the total from the ratios. Once you got your answer, when you divide it, the answer that you get when you divide, you are going to multiply it by each of the ratios, and that should give you the answer. Okay, all right, so this is another problem. I am going to give you one more example, and then I'm going to give you the problems for you to solve. Okay, let's look at the last example. I'm going to read it for you and you can follow. 1,750 books were shared among the following schools: Santa Elena Primary, Nazarene, Baptist, and the Adventist School, at the ratio of 3 to 2 to 1 to 1. How many books did each school get? What's the first step? Okay, very good. You got it. We set up our ratio, which is Santa Elena. So we will just put SE. All right. We have Nazarene. I'll see if it can fit. Nazarene, Baptist, and Adventist. Okay, so Santa Elena got 3, Nazarene got 2, Baptist got 1, and Adventist got 1. Okay, that's the first step. We set up the ratio. Now we go to our second step. What is our second step? Good, you got it. We add the ratios. 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 gives us how much? Right, it gives us 7. Okay? Now, we are going to take the total amount, which is 1,750 books divided by 7, by this answer here. Okay? So we go to our rough work and we say 1,750. You can use short division or you can use long division. Make sure that you show me your working out. Don't send me just the answer or else I will not check it. We divide by 7. 7 into 1 cannot, so we take the 17. 7 into 17 is 2. 2 times 7 is 14. 17 minus 14 is 3. So we bring down the 5. 7 into 35 gives us 5. 5 times 7 is 35. Now we have a 0 here. We bring it down. Alright, and we divide the 0 by 7 as well. So 0 divided by 7 is going to give us 0. So our answer here is going to be 250 books. Alright, so our fourth step will be multiply this answer by each of the ratios. So we say 250 times 3, 250 times 2, 250 times 1, and 250 times 1. Okay? Let's go to our rough work. 250 times 3. 3 times 0 gives us 0. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry 1. 3 times 2 is 6 and 1 is 7. So that is 750 books. That's for Santa Elena. 250 times 2 is going to give us 500 books. Okay? And then 250 times 1 gives us 250. 250 times 1 is 250 books. Right? And that is your answer. So let's review. First, you set up your ratio. That's the first step. Label each one and then you write each number. Second step, add the numbers in your ratio. That should give you a sum. Third step, divide the total amount by the sum of the ratio. Okay? Then, when you divide, which is your quotient, you are going to multiply your quotient by each of the numbers in your ratio. Okay? And that should give you how much each school got. Okay? Do you understand? Very good if you understood. And I hope that you give me excellent work this week as well. Good luck and enjoy your week.